Now, if you grew up in New York, you'd recognize that as the ABC 430 movie. And what the ABC 430 movie did was it used to have weeks like Planet of the Apes week, 007 week, and they'd show like Matt Hellman in like Flint movies. They'd have Sex Romp week, and they'd show like Divorce American Style and A Guide for the Married Man, and they'd show Blonde Bombshell week and show Jane Mansfield, Mamie Van Doren, and you get the drift. But at the end of every summer, like the last week of our summer vacation before we had to go back to school, they would do the beach week with Frankie and Annette. And it used to just give me such, I didn't want to go back to school, of course. And I remember after the 4:30 movie when they'd show like Beach Blanket Bingo and Beach Party and Muscle Beach Party and How to Stuff a Wild Bikini and Beach Party, then we'd go clothes shopping. My sister Barbara had her car, and she'd take me clothes shopping for school. And we'd go to Central Avenue to like Corvettes or Gimbals or something like that. And the feeling I got from those movies, that was summer to me. That was summer, watching those beach movies. And to this day, if a beach movie's on, everything comes to a screeching halt, and I watch a beach movie, and I get that little spark of summer back again that I don't get anymore. I was a great big fan of Annette Funicello. She was an American icon. She was an original Mouseketeer. She, Babes in Toyland. She did the beach movies. She did a lot of stuff. Walt Disney's prized possession. He loved her. And it's sad. I know everything, they say that all good things must end. And, and I know that. But it's sad. And her last couple of years in life wasn't so grand. But I do want to say my first appearance with Tinsel was at the Cutting Room in New York City. And the gig I did, the act, I Go-Go danced to the theme to Beach Blanket Bingo, the Annette Funicello version. And then it would stop. And then I would tell a joke, very much like laughing. And the people loved it. They laughed. And looking back, I don't think it was the jokes or my talent per se that was really the hit. I think hearing Annette sing really brought everybody back. So I'm very sad, and I think we should all remember Annette Funicello today. She is a generation for everybody. For the 50s, she was a Mouseketeer. 60s and early 70s, she was the Beach Queen. And from the 70s to the 80s, she was the Skippy Peanut Butter Mom. So she was there. Beautiful. And she reminded my cousin Patty Pisani, if anybody remembers her, if you're from New York. But I'm going to miss Annette Funicello. She was very odd. It's like, I thought about her every day ever since I read her autobiography, A Wish is a Dream Your Heart Makes, or A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. And I knew she was sick, and I thought about her every day. And I used to say if I was a millionaire, I'd try to help her. But she lived comfortably. She was good. But anyway, I just wanted to say what an inspiration Annette Funicello was in my life. She was sexy, she was beautiful, and yet she was untouchable and the girl next door. And she stayed that way. Good American values. She grew up with good parents who taught her. Playboy offered her millions of dollars to pose nude with just the Mouseketeer ears, and she turned that down. One other thing, I remember she played a ventriloquist on Fantasy Island, and the ventriloquist puppet was starting to take over her, and at the end, she burns the puppet. That was very out of character for Miss Annette Funicello, but I'll never forget that performance either. But anyway, she was an American icon, and I don't care who you are, you knew who she was, and she had to inspire you some way, form, or fashion. So, Annette, thanks for those endless summers. And you were the best. Thank you. Thank you all.